Hey guys, good evening, happy evening, and we have a new friend joining us today, Nihal Raj. Nihal Raj has, seen something from a cornerstone in his school days where he was scoring very less, and he's transformed himself. Something happened, some magic happened, where he's transformed himself to a very average and a low grade, to where he was not having friends, to performing high, made beautiful friends, and this journey he is captured in a lovely book, You, Me, and the Epic. And he is here on this particular episode to share his beautiful mind as to what happened that particular moment, and what really changed in him, where he started performing well, he started making good friends. So thanks a lot, Nihal, for joining us. So before we start about the book, our friends who are watching this would love to know about Nihal. निहाल कहाँ से है, क्या करता है, उसके choices क्या है. So this episode is all about that. So over to you, Nihal.
Thank you so much, sir, for having me on this platform.
Most welcome.
So basically, I was born and brought up in Hyderabad to a Tamil middle class family. And like you very well stated, yeah, my schooling was not so great. From 8th standard to 10th standard, I was always a below average student, a student who would normally not be recognized in the entire class. Um, but as the grades started to go further, I moved to a higher grade. Things become even more worse for me. I was not performing. My parents were very depressed with me. They were really worried as to what, things were not going right
क्या
in
करेगा ये?
yeah. I don't know what it was. Was it the subjects, my classmates? I was not even recognized as one among the group. I was always treated as one away from the group, always isolated, never can really fit in any environment. Despite all of that, for some reason, my school thought that it'll be great if I was given the post of head boy. Now that I was given the post of head boy, I thought things will change
Mm-hmm.
because you're holding a very important position. Things will change, but things did not change. In fact, it became even worse. And after graduating 10th, I took a solemn vow that the way I was in 10th, I'm not going to live my life like that uh, from here on. So plus one, plus two, it was like God gave me another chance. Like, your schooling was bad, so here's another chance. Here, this is the kind of school where you do plus one, plus two, make new friends, be yourself, don't lose yourself in the process, and just the certain belief that things are going to be different from now on just clicked for me. And I made such beautiful friends in plus one, plus two in St. Andrews where I studied. And these friends I cherish till this date. There is not even a single day where I don't thank God for giving me such wonderful human beings in my life. And the reason I would say just things took a very swift turn. First, most important person to thank is my mother, because she was told by my teachers that your son is not doing well. He's not at all performing. We are not really sure what to do with him, and he was very mentally also very disturbed. He's not getting some acceptance from his friends. He doesn't make friends, and we are very worried as well. So my mother quit her job and focused more on me. So that itself showed a lot in my transformation that I am right now. So yeah, so,
So,
so far so good, and this is more or less just the beginning as to what I'm going to be more in the future.
so your mom quitting the job changed the everything.
Yeah,
Everything.
changed everything because I cannot thank her enough for actually taking such a big step when she was doing so well for herself. Uh, had she not done that, I don't know where I would end up. I don't know if I would even be in a position to write a book that I did right now. So I would still be a person who's very silent, who would not be out, who would not speak out loudly, who would never really believe in making a mark. I would just be one among the crowd. So there's a big
So
role for
studying
it.
and studying harder, focusing and all that is, I would say, easier than making friends. How did you end up making friends? New friends and all that. That transformation. वो कैसा हुआ?
So after completing my 10th, when I entered into another school kind of atmosphere, there was a slight, fear within me that things are going to repeat, history is going to repeat, people are not going to accept me again. But like I said, God gave me another chance. So this time I didn't make an attempt to reach people. On the contrary, they reached out to me. They were like, "Why are you sitting alone? Why are you sitting over there? Why can't you have lunch with us? Share your lunch with us. You got some good food. Share it with us. Sit with us." So it's more of like they pulled me in. I'm very much an introvert person. It's hard for me to get into a group. But once I get into the group and once I become comfortable, it's almost like, yeah, I'm part of this group now. So it's all thanks to my friends who actually reached out to me, who didn't leave me like, who's gonna, it's okay, he's just gonna sit over there, he's not bothering us, we not care about him. They didn't have that attitude like my 10th grade classmates had. So it was great.
So when did your mom realize that, yeah, अब ये track पे आ गया है?
uh, when we had PTMs in 11th and 12th as well in our school. We had PTMs in 11th and 12th as well. And also before that, in 10th, on our farewell party, when we were graduating from 10th, teachers came and told my mother that your son has something. Your son is definitely not one among the crowd. He's going to make it very, very big in life. So that was a very proud moment for my mother, because what all she sacrificed was actually showing out. The results were showing out. So
Yeah. I can imagine the happiness in her face after that happened.
exactly.
Yeah, and honestly, it shows up when you're different. Your thought process is different. You're determined. You're studying well. You're happy about the schooling, the atmosphere, and all that. Though you might be sitting in a corner, you're an introvert. It shows up in your face. So it attracts people towards you. So it's always you. It's not the friends who've come to you, but it's you who have attracted them to you, saying that, hey, join us.
Uh, that's really sweet. But I don't know if that was true. I should have attracted the same in 10th. But maybe it's also the group outside. So yeah.
So when did you get into writing, apart from studying and all that? When did this passion start?
So in school, I never really thought I'd have a flair for writing, because even in an English exam, I would, with a lot of difficulty, I would write an article on a very basic concept, like write an article on Independence Day, write an article about the national animal of our country. So writing that article itself was a big, like, oh my God, I have to think so much now. But as things started to change and I started to develop personally, holistically, I began to develop. I began looking at things very differently, like also reflecting upon what happened with me in my school. I started reflecting upon the fact that I should not change myself, right? Everyone is original. The fact that we are all here is because we are one of a kind. There's no other, there's no copy of another, carbon copy of us that exists. And that motivated me to write my first article. That's just had a thought in mind, like, can I, whatever I have been through in my school, can I put it out as a lesson out there, saying that it's fine if you're not accepted. It's fine if you feel that people are not understanding you. But that doesn't mean you lose yourself. So that's how Power of Originality as an article came out in the magazine that I wrote it for.
So that was your
The
first
story
article
I wrote,
got published.
that was my first article. First article. And when the first article got published, it got recognized. I thought, why stop there? There could be many other messages that I would like to give.
Okay. So only a person who's gone through, knows the other side of the river and has struggled to come this side of the river can write about it. I've seen a lot of art authors who are well settled. They are good at everything, and then talk about how transformation can happen. How do you change yourself and all that, but they've never experienced that. So this is a good example what you're doing, where this will help a lot of other students, where they can bring in these thought processes and change and transform themselves. So ये book कब शुरू हुआ? You, me, and the epic, and who selected the title of this book?
Okay, so the title was selected by my family members. My mother was told the title. We were all just contemplating as to what the title should be.
Mm.
Something should not. We should not send out a very ambiguous image, message out there, because Mahabharata as a concept is very sensitive. The title should not be such that it hurts some sentiments a lot. So we were all contemplating and everything. And then one day, my mother and my father were discussing, like, could it be that, because his book is more or less like he's talking to us. So could it be just you, me, and the epic? That's when the title was actually that title actually came out, and I was like, this title is good. Let this stick. This is going to be the title of the book.
So the epic
And
here means Mahabharata.
Mahabharata.
Okay.
And the reason I selected Mahabharata as a concept, because since childhood itself, I was told many stories about the great epics, which is Ramayana and the Mahabharata. Not only stories, I read comic books, watched various serials that were made on it. And as I grew older and the maturity started to increase, I started to wonder, like, if whether these stories are real or not. That's the question. But because these stories are such of paramount importance in our culture, like, does these stories actually have many lessons in them that could actually give, humanity a new, meaning? The way one person can live his life, do they actually have some hidden lessons, through which they can actually help a person be successful in any part of his life? So that's how, when I started thinking, and like, I got a thought, like, each character in the epic
Mhm.
is, in one way or the other, is showing attributes of a human only, be it jealousy, anger, be it hardworking, determination, lust, and all that. These are all just human emotions. So could I just take each character, make it into a chapter, and then write it in such a way that his contributions to the war, and what can we learn from them? So that's how the entire concept was
Good.
drawn up.
Very, very thoughtful. So how much time did it take for you to, write this, pen this, and, and until the book got published?
So the manuscript was completed within 8 months. Uh, Publishing of it took another 1 month or something. So yeah, it had to take that much time. In fact, manuscript took a lot more time because there were certain characters that were very much difficult to write. Because those characters are also important, but in the entire epic, they did not have much role to play. Like, characters like Nakul and Sahdev, you hardly know that they are that they are there in the picture. So those characters took some time to write. That's the reason it took 8 months for the manuscript to get complete. And then I approached Amazon as a platform, the Kindle Direct Publishing program that they have, to actually get it published. So it's like a self-publishing service.
Super. So, friends who want to pick up this particular book, it's available, on Amazon. Who should pick up? Before that, we'll play a short video about the articles. There's a short video about Nikhil's articles out there. So let me play that, and we'll get back with more questions. Superb. Congratulations on all those certifications, the knowledge which you are imparting for yourself and your
Thanks, sir.
articles. So keep writing. So who is this book for? Kaun kharide? Is this for students? Is this for, parents? Is this for anybody who is, looking for a career? So who's your target market with respect to your book?
My target market is basically anyone who's above the age of 18 and who has attained the maturity of understanding these epics and the meaning behind it. Anyone who reads books is my target market as well. So basically, these are just small moral lessons that I'm giving out. That, okay, if you don't have the time to read the entire epic, it's fine. At least take the time to understand each character. And if that helps you, and if the lesson that you are learning from that character helps you, then yeah, the purpose of this book is served.
Cool. So we also have some comments coming in. Adeline is saying, hi, Nikhil. She's also saying, young author.
Sir, it's Nihal. Sir, it's Nihal.
Sorry, Nihal. Sorry about that. So, Minka Bhargava is saying, your favorite character and one thing you learned from it that you liked a lot. So this is a question for you from Minka.
Okay, sir. So my favorite character throughout the entire epic is Karna, because I would like to personally relate with him. But the reason I love Karna a lot is because of two reasons.
Mhm.
One is that he has the attitude of giving. He always believed in giving things rather than receiving. And I've always believed in this one thought process that we are rich by what we give, we are poor by what we receive. So Karna always had that ideal in place that every time the time of sunrise, if someone asks him anything, he doesn't deny it. So that attitude of giving is very important. It's a very selfless act. And if every person acts in a selfless way, in one way or the other, he's performing the work of God. That's how I personally believe. So my favorite character in the entire epic is definitely Karna.
So you'll soon launch a NGO once you're all settled.
Uh, don't know. We have to see.
So, because everybody who's got this characteristics of Karna, of giving back to the society, whatever profession they are in, baad mein, some initiative definitely, happens. So, Minka, I hope you've got the answer from Nihal. So, Nihal, we have some rapid fire questions. Okay, before we get into the rapid fire questions, you have anything else to say about the book?
Um, Nothing much, just that it's a book that everyone will definitely like. It's a book that respects all the religious sentiments and doesn't intend to hurt any of them. And this book is basically based on the versions of the epic that I believe to be true. I'm not in any way authenticating or confirming any of the events that I've explained in the book. So yeah, it's a book that everyone will definitely love and something to think about.
Okay. Will this book help, people who have, who are not doing really well in, their schooling and all that, and if they read, will this transform them? Will they, at least the thought process will start?
Um, in that way, I feel the book should be read with such a mindset. If you are reading, let's say, if you come to me and tell me that Nihal, read this thing, or I read this book, I know you're going through a very bad phase in your life. Read this, and believe me, it will help you through this bad phase. And with that very mindset, if I take it that yes, I believe you, I trust you, and I read that book, it will actually work out for me. So I would say the content is there in the book, but the right mindset of reading the book should be there. Otherwise, it won't help.
First author who said this to me, and this is very true. Until unless the other person has the mindset of acceptance, nothing will happen. So well
That's
said. I
true.
mean, at this young age, if you're able to, say this, I mean, you're matured, I think more than your age. So good one. I really like the response you've given.
Thank you, sir.
So Nihal, your first question from the rapid fire. Okay. What's the
Okay.
best and worst practical joke that you have played on somebody or somebody has playing it on you?
The best and the worst practical joke. Uh, on played on me.
Yeah, or you have played on somebody else.
Okay, so we did a prank call to my friend saying that we have acting as an Instagram executive. We have prank called her saying that we have blocked your account because you have posted some obscene content on your account. And my friend was very perplexed with the fact that because she has zero post on her account. So she was very much worried that why are they reporting my account? Why am I getting such calls? And I told her that one of my friend actually reported
Hmm.
you, reported this user for having obscene content on their account. It almost brought her to tears.
Very good.
We we were she was really mad at us, but then we apologized. So that was the best as well as the worst prank call pulled on someone.
Good one. Good one. So, yeah. So Minka is saying for the response. she's thanking you, Nihal, and she's also saying the lawyer's diplomacy. That's what she is seeing in your response.
Thank you.
Okay. What do you go out of your way to be nice? What do you do to be very nice to people?
Um, I won't really say it's like a very good habit, but I try to even put myself down just to make the other person feel nice. I'm not sure if it's a good habit or a bad habit, but as long as it makes the other person feel nice and that person has a good opinion about me, I go to even that extent. It's something I would like to reduce because not everyone is playing fair. So yeah, that's something I would definitely do to make one feel nice about it.
Okay. What's the spiciest thing Nihal has eaten ever?
Uh, okay, this is spiciest thing that I've eaten. Recently, I was taken to a restaurant where there was a challenge, like these are booth momos, 10 pieces, 10 minutes, and if you are able to complete that, for the next 100 days, you get free momos
Oh my
each
God.
day. Yeah, we were like we were really enthusiastic to actually try that. But the waiter was like, "Sir, you just try to order normal momos first. If you're able to do it, then go ahead." We tried the normal momos, and then we were like, "This is not our cup of tea."
So the normal
So
momos
yeah, that
itself was, beyond
was
challenge.
damn spicy. Yes, apparently they add some ghost chili, some kind of spice in it. So the normal has 15%. The challenge one has 100%. So I was like, I have to go back home.
Okay.
I don't want to do this. So yeah, that's the spiciest thing I ever eaten.
So yeah, Adlin is saying good prank for your Instagram prank, and Minka is saying he's always there for his friends and wishes them one day before their birthday, early in the morning. Oh, that's a good gesture. So that's a good habit, because people know you that you wish them every time one day before their birthday. So
I tried my level best, sir.
is Facebook helping, or do you have that memory power to remember everybody's birthday? I mean, I have very bad memory. I don't remember dates. So
The thing is, with birthdays, sir, when I ask them, let's say I meet you for the first time, then I ask you, like, so when is your birthday? I would love to wish you on your birthday. But you don't give a straight answer. You'll be like, you guess, no, when my
yeah, yeah.
birthday is. It's definitely one among the 365 days. When you come up with such a response, the response sits in your mind, not the date that you mentioned. So, yeah, I mean, I try my level best to remember as many days as possible.
Yeah, May 14th. That's my date of birth. So
All right,
just,
sir.
just to keep you updated.
You get a wish from me then.
How do you judge a person?
Um, I don't see judging is something which I feel as humans we all do, but the most important thing is that what you take first,
Mhm.
right? You don't judge a person on their worst mistakes because everyone makes mistakes. I feel after judging a person, you must accept that person for his good as well as for his bad.
Got you.
So I would rather take the good than the bad.
Yeah, because I've seen some articles where you've spoken about people, and why did you give importance to people?
In what sense, sir? Like,
Yeah,
sorry,
so your articles spoke about finding people or knowing people. That's the reason I had this question.
Okay, because many a times I've seen that just because of one person's act, the entire community is being blamed. Like for example, if I don't know why they have this thing that whenever there's a terrorist attack, there's always like this some kind of stigma in mind that yeah, Pakistan is behind it.
Yeah.
Without even going through the details, no one has the time to read the facts, but they just want to judge like yeah, terrorist attack means Pakistan is behind it. But no one has the time to read the facts and actually know the truth of the matter. That way, we are already judging that Pakistan is behind each and every attack. That's not always true?
True, true. I agree with you, and especially some of these fake newses are, making this more problematic. So,
Yes, ma'am.
so Nihal kya sunta hai? Who's, your favorite music celebrity or band which you follow? What's in your playlist all the time?
So my favorite musician is Anirudh. So
Hmm.
if you, he's actually a South Indian musician, and his songs are really so good that I personally vibe on it, and it's always on a loop in my playlist. His songs, he's really good. It's his work. And for such a young musician to come up, he's doing really well for himself.
During pandemic, everybody was, challenged, and, smartphones or, gadgets and internet was really helpful to, get us glued. What smartphone feature really kept you going or helped you during pandemic? Or you really loved, thank God this feature was there during pandemic and, I could do this.
I would say video call because for me, rather than talking to a person on the phone and just hearing the voice, the person's face actually means a lot to me. If I don't see my friend's face in a day, in the school as well, if I don't go to school one day, I feel like something is missing, something is not right, my mood is not good today. So I would say video call as a feature actually brought people together closer. We were talking through video call. I was talking to my friends, my other relatives, my classmates from college. So yeah, that actually as a feature I used it a lot during the pandemic.
So during your childhood, what is that one dialogue of your grandparent which you remember, which you will always, as soon as that grandparent, somebody says, who was your grandparent, or any memories of your grandparent, what scene comes up into your mind?
Uh, they'll always tell me in school as well because when I was not doing well, they always used to motivate me. They'll be like, "You solved a Rubik's cube. Why is this so tough for you?" You'll always connect that to the Rubik's cube as if it's like a very big thing to do. So you solved the Rubik's cube. Why is it such a big task for you? You should do it easily. You can do it easily. So anytime I think about my grandparents, it will always be that one line. That if you can do this, why not this?
Yeah. And it's not easy, Nihal. I cannot do it. I cannot solve that. So it is definitely not easy. Okay. So yeah, we have Minka saying, so does he? And Minka is sharing her date of birth, maybe May 22nd. Is that yours or her?
That's hers.
That's hers. Okay. So Taurians, two Taurians here. He has no sense of judgment. That that's what she says. So
Yeah, I exactly know why she's talking about that, and I apologize to her for that as well. But yeah, she's
okay,
still on it.
which movie or picture of yours from your childhood makes you laugh, no matter how often you see it?
Oh, this is a tough one. Because I don't know. There was this one thing where we were all just sitting in the class, and they just were like, "Nihal, just can you please stand over there? There's something I want to show you." They take me over. I go stand over there with an extra, with the hope to see something. And they come behind me and they pull down my pants, and I'm like, "Why are you? Why did you pull my pants?" And their justification is that, "Don't worry, they didn't see anything because your shirt is long." So
Okay.
every time I think about that, I laugh about it. But yeah, it's one memory that I can't throw away.
Cool. Your last question. So you're living away from your parents. Okay, you're living in Bangalore. Your parents are here in Hyderabad. So apart from your clothes, what are the stuff you always carry along with you while you're traveling, or it has to be there wherever you live?
Um, Apart from my clothes, I do carry my. I normally carry my laptop and my watch. So
Hmm.
these two things are always there with me. Uh, for no obvious reasons. For laptop because not really sure when college gives some work. That's how unexpected our college is. So yeah, and watch because I have a habit. That's always there with me.
Super. So you've seen both the sides of performance. You were scoring low, and then you've seen yourself scoring well. What is that message you got for people out there who are scoring low, who are having challenges where they're not able to score well? They have the will, but they're not able to do it. There's a lot of pressure from parents or from the teachers. So, based on your experience, what is that suggestion? This is the last question of the episode. So, what is that suggestion Nihal has for students and people out there who are underperforming but want to perform?
So my message would be that, I mean, being a student who was performing very low, I would say that always have this belief in mind that no matter what's happening currently right now in school or what's going to happen in college, always have this big picture in your mind that no matter what happens, 5 years down the line, 10 years down the line, I'm going to make it very big in life. Just keep telling yourself that and have that image in mind that I'm going to live a life the way I want. I'm going to be happy. I'm going to be successful, and people are going to recognize me. Once that big picture gives you the confidence that in 10 years down the line, I'm going to be successful, I'm going to be big. Channelizing that attitude towards the small examination or towards the small milestone is all that you have to do. I'm going to make it very big in life. If you get that confidence that 10 years down the line, I'm going to make it big, the small milestone is not going to be a big hurdle for you.
So true. So, friends, thanks a lot for watching this. Nihal, thanks a lot for joining us on this particular show.
Thank you so much.
So, all the best with your book, all the best with your career, your schooling, your learning, and empowering others with your words. So, keep doing this. And thank you, friends, for joining. On the live. There's a couple of more, comments coming from Minka. So do take time to respond to them individually.
Yeah.
So good friends, keep in touch. Spread positivity, grow well, and thanks for being part of Beautiful Minds, because this series is all about beautiful minds like you who are trying to do things differently, beautifully. So thank you, Nihal. All the best.
Thank you, sir.
God bless.
Thank you so much, sir.